Hello there, how are you all doing? I hope you are all doing well. So in one of my many brainstorming sessions where I sit with my little notebook, I had an aha moment, would you believe? And it was to paint on a board game. I've never done anything like this before. I think it'd be really cool to make it my own. Clue in particular is my favorite board game, and that's why I decided to paint on this particular one. It's already a really beautiful board game in itself, and it doesn't really need me messing it up any more than it is. It's already perfect, but you know, that's not fun, is it? Now this video is incredibly special to me because if you remember, if you've been with me long enough, I actually went to a BoxLunch store last year and I ran into a bin. Great times, great memories. Jokes aside though, that video helped to donate 83,333 meals to Feeding America, which still blows my mind to this day. I'm so incredibly grateful for the opportunity, and they reached out to me again. BoxLunch are sponsoring today's video, and they wanted to once again help to donate meals to Feeding America. Essentially, every single view that this video gets from the 1st of December through to the 12th of December, BoxLunch will be donating one meal. You can like this video, comment on it to help it in the algorithm, share it with your friends, I'd really appreciate it. Essentially, BoxLunch works with 12 YouTubers each year, and they donate up to $100,000 between those videos. And 10 cents helps to provide one meal secured by Feeding America on behalf of local member food banks. Now, because of everything going on this year, 54 million people may face hunger this year, including more than 18 million children. If you can help, you've already helped by watching this video, or you can donate to your local food banks. You can also shop at BoxLunch online or in store, because every $10 that you spend there will donate one meal to a person in need through Feeding America. Now, I'm not going to be running into any bins this year and going out to the stores, unfortunately, unless I'm guessing maybe it's tradition now. Is it tradition? Is it tradition? However, there are so many different ways that you can shop this year, including online, in-store, curbside pickup, buy online, pick up in-store, kiosks, and BoxLunch reservations, which is a system where you make an appointment. And if you don't know what BoxLunch is, essentially it's one of my favorite stores of all time because they sell a bunch of different pop cultural stuff, including Disney, Doctor Who, Marvel, Star Wars. They actually are the reason I'm wearing this shirt today, as you can see. Baby Yoda. And because I can't go into the store this year because obviously I'm being super careful with my mum's health, I'm going to do my best to pretend that I'm there and show you some of the items that you can buy. Oh look, this bag on this shelf looks nice. Maybe I'll buy this one. This one will donate 6 meals. I can add it to my lovely hoarding collection of Loungefly backpacks. Oh look, a Loungefly backpack has appeared on this shelf in this BoxLunch store in my closet. This one is probably my favorite Loungefly backpack of all time, and this will help to donate 7 meals. It's got spots. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm not going anywhere to need a backpack in the first place, but eventually one of these days I'm gonna need a backpack. Oh look, there's poo on this shirt. This one will donate 2 meals. Look at this awesome Doctor Who shirt. This will donate 2 meals. It's not for me, it's actually a gift for someone else. I also have a bunch of new face masks, like Disney ones. We've got some Harry Potter-esque ones here. We got the Baby Yoda one. It's so cute. And Stitch. Each of these masks donate 1 meal if you buy one. If you would like to check out everything that I've bought, you can check out my gift guide in the description down below. And thank you so much once again to BoxLunch for sponsoring today's video. I'm really, really excited about it. If you want to check out more of their stuff, obviously their website they've got everything there. It's amazing. So without further ado, I think it's about time we get started with our clue painting game. Let's get started.
So here is an up close of the board game. I was going to try and do a nice satisfying rip-off of the plastic, but honestly, if I'm being blunt and honest here, I had to take it out to film a thumbnail with the board game before I started painting on it and ruining it, so no satisfying shots for you, I'm afraid, so this is just how it's going to be. If you turn it round, you can see that I put the lid on upside down. It's embarrassing. Ooh, look at this. The design is so pretty. I cannot wait to ruin it. At first glance, you open the box and it looks empty, but don't worry. Under here is all the game stuff you need to actually use the board game, but here on my channel we don't do things the correct way, so we're just going to toss that to the side and paint on it instead of play on it. So I was surprised when I opened the board just how dull it was. No bright colours, even on the Christmas Town section. Like, that, it needs to be red and green. I mean, I am slightly obsessed with Christmas, but it needs to be red and green. I refuse to have this sepia-toned Christmas Town. Therefore, it made me feel way less bad about completely painting over all of it. So we're going to grab our pair of scissors now, and it appears to have a bit of dog fur attached to it. This is actually not dog fur though. It is actually felt from a couple videos ago, so we're just going to take that off. So first task is to tape up the sides so I don't paint where I shouldn't. Spoiler, I still did, but for now I'm taping it up, and I am not fancy enough to have washi tape, so I'm just using regular old sellotape I found in a drawer. I feel like I should make my own washi tape, but like have it customized and covered in bears. So last night I took out my iPad and downloaded a high quality picture of my board game, which for some reason was a million times more colourful. I'm not sure why, and I decided to draw over it to kind of figure out where I wanted to put things. It's a lovely, very high quality and professional looking sketch, as you can see. Obviously, I'm joking, it looks terrible, but it was just made so I had an idea of placement for where I wanted certain things. So I decided to go straight in with the paint instead of using some gesso, because this paint is normally super opaque. Except today, apparently. So I painted all over it and it looked naff. So I ended up just gessoing the whole thing anyway. And magically, wow, it's all done now. Magic. As you can see, I'm deliberately leaving the center untouched, so it's still a playable game. My black paint looked like it was growing mold or something, though. Not having a clue what is going on here. Please let me know if you know. Is this mold? It doesn't make sense, it's not old paint. So I finished up the background of the top section, and I decided to do something a little bit different, a little bit fancy, just try something a bit new. And it's all out of focus, which is very professional of me, but basically you can see these really rubbish splodges of paint. I hate it. So I smoothed it out again to get rid of that, because that looked really bad. Now we're just going to go and start working our way around the board by painting the background colours in loosely. I just did all the basic shapes I needed to add finer details, and to be honest, I really did not want to do anything too detailed. I wanted to keep it simple, but it really it didn't work out no matter how I did it for some reason. I will say painting on this, it wasn't very fun. The paint just went on very weirdly and incredibly shiny, and I'm guessing that's because it's essentially shiny paper stuck to a hard board, but the paint just looked gross. I finished off the weird swirly iconic hill, for now at least, because I think I finished it about 5 more times after this. I decided to use the technique I used back in January, where I was helping to customize a Tesla, where I just used Poscas to create a liney dashed effect that looks quite cool from a distance. Not so much on this though. Had a leakage, great timing, not an easy fix, won't complain, but why? It looked okay from a distance, but I was still absolutely hating it, and I was very, very tempted to actually give up on it. I decided to leave the dashes half done and work on another part, hoping that I would hate it less. Worked on the forest, hated that too. Couldn't figure out why. It just was not laying down nicely and was just not looking good. And so I did what any other artist would do. I cried and gave up. Joking, I just literally switched to gouache instead of the acrylic paint because it dries matte. And you know what? It worked. It looks so much better. The forest, bit ear. But, you know, it's going through that ugly stage right now. I'd say don't look at it, but the whole point of this video is to look at it so you don't feel alone if your art looks a bit like a greasy pizza box for 80% of it. This was the best part, adding the Christmas tree door to the tree. I used a combination of gouache and Posca for this tree and the forest. And I just really, again, wanted to keep it nice and simple, not too detailed. And I feel like this really works well with gouache. And I had literally 6 paintings to do on this board game. And I would have been here for 3 weeks if I'd really made the pieces how I normally would. So I wanted to try and keep it simple. So I next moved on to the mountains again, covered them in the gouache so they'd be nice and smooth and matte and not shiny and weird. Then I moved on to the little buildings, which are just little square blobs of square redness. They're buildings, just go with it. So my instincts always want me to go full-blown detail, as I mentioned earlier, with this kind of thing, but I just had to keep slapping my hand away and being like, no, Chloe, stop. Just be simplistic. You've been doing this for 2 hours as it is. You keep painting over the same stuff over and over again, and you're running out of time. Keep it simple. So I added some basic shadows, I added some snow, some little tunnels with the railroad tracks, do you see? Little, kind of like a toy town, it's quite cute. Time to work on Jack now, and once again I covered the lovely shiny acrylic background with the gouache instead to make it more matte. Then I just went straight in to paint his face, and I mean, he doesn't have a face, does he? He's just a skeleton, so I suppose he doesn't really have a face. A skeleton face. It's not a real face though, he's just a skeleton. I didn't even sketch him out first, I just put some paint down and hope for the best that I could just make him look like Jack without any form of preparation whatsoever. Then I added his giraffe neck. Next I gave him some eyes, a ginormous smile, and now he looks a little bit scary. In this scene he's holding Christmas lights to his eyeball holes, or eye sockets if you want to be proper about it. added a little candy cane umbrella with a brush that was far too big to be adding that much detail, but that's fine. And boom, I called my 20-minute Jack done for now. Next up, we have the cemetery, which I wanted to keep even more simple. Not really much to say about it other than I painted some blues, mixed it with some greens to create the moonlit spots of the graveyard. And let's face it, it's not really that important to make a center part of this board game, so I kind of rushed it. Just made it simple. The rest was basically dark shadow. It was more of a transition scene into the next one. So again, kept it very simple. Hopefully it looks enough like a graveyard cemetery to actually be one. And last up, we have another character I painted without sketching it first. Oogie Boogie, the radioactive potato sack man with a soggy hat. This was actually really fun and different because he was in a lot of saturated shadow while still being very bright green. Just lots of blending with dark greens and blacks to make his potato sack folds, gave him his extra soggy hat. And then I went back to the top part again, the part that I still do not like. So once again, I painted over the background, but this time with just a flat gouache. It's not the easiest paint in the world to blend, but it is a lot of fun because this is acrylic gouache though, so it blends slightly better than regular gouache. Repainted the hill again. And finally I got around to pulling off the tape, and I didn't like how shoddy it looked around the areas where the wall was, so I did end up just filling them in with a black Posca marker in the end. But this is it needs a bit more work, and I did some off camera, but now it is done. What do you think? Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know if you'd like to see me paint a different game next time. And once again, thank you so much to BoxLunch for sponsoring today's video. Please go check out their incredible products because they are a stellar store. They can sell you this original Clue game that I've just painted all over. But yes, they are helping so many people this year, so I highly recommend that you check it out, or check out my gift guide in the description down below. And yes, once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.